Good morning, hope everyone's doing well. I'm Millette.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Tasia.
I'm Carolina.
And I'm Aditi.
And today my groupmates and I and you all the audience are going to explore the business tactics used by the fashion industry in order to generate attention from its audience. Now, the fashion industry has blossomed over its 125 years of existence, and with it, its success has allowed a bunch of controversial methods and tactics to be used. Today, the question that we've proposed is, are the business tactics used by the fashion industry ethical? Our response is no, it is not ethical and will be explained throughout the tactics we will discuss in our presentation. They include celebrity endorsement, use of erotic imagery, cultural appropriation, colorism, and shock marketing. We'll begin our presentation by discussing celebrity endorsements.
Celebrity endorsements are when a celebrity and a brand team up together in order to bring more attention and profit for the fashion industry. And the first way they do that is by celebrity-owned brands. So this is when a celebrity makes their own brand and produces their own merchandise, for example, clothing, beauty accessories, perfume, shoes. The next way they do it is by collaborations. This is when a brand and a celebrity team up to make a new product to promote more attention to the fashion industry. A prime example of this is Kanye West, who is a very popular artist, and the big brand Adidas. They teamed up together in order to make the very popular shoe Yeezy. With the popular shoe Yeezy, it brought attention from the audience of Kanye West, the audience of Adidas itself, and the audience of shoe lovers who wanted to be able to get this product. The next way they use it is paid advertisements on social media. This is when a brand reaches out to a celebrity and they ask them to promote or sell their product on their social media platform. So by doing this, this brings the audience of the celebrity to the brand. However, with all of this, it is unethical because it does bring a false sense of reality to the consumers and the audience, not knowing if the celebrity actually likes these products or if the celebrity is only promoting these products because they gain attention and they gain revenue out of it. And the next topic is erotic imagery.
The erotic imagery tactic is usually used in three main ways in the fashion companies and advertisements. Number one being the dress tactic. The dress tactic does not only include the amount of clothing the model is wearing, but it also includes the style. Like, remember when Katy Perry posed for her new perfume called Purr? She was wearing all of her clothes, but what brought the viewer in was her dress, which was a very tight latex bodysuit. We can also see tactic number two being used in that ad being sexual behavior in order to gain the reader's attention. She has her fingers in her mouth, she's sending very sultry eyes at the camera, and she's also positioned in all of her fours, which can be considered a very sexual position. The third tactic that companies use in order to gain the viewer's attention is with sexual references and sexual embeds. Sexual references include when ads add words that can have a double meaning that references towards sex, and sexual embeds is when companies add day-to-day objects that can represent sexual body parts. Many people do not enjoy seeing these type of tactics in their computers or in their ads or in their TV. They think that sort of stuff should be kept in the bedroom. In these ads also, the models being used usually have symmetrical faces, big lips, high cheekbones, and are no shorter than 5'7", and even the most popular models are over 5'9". The average American woman height is 5'4". Women and even men are trying to reach an unachievable and false sense of reality, or a false beauty standard.
Which brings us to our next topic, which is cultural appropriation. So in the fashion industry, cultural appropriation is included when white models are seen in ethnic clothing and ethnic designs. So this is a lot, it's been included like when Kendall Jenner and Miranda Kerr were on the covers of Vogue India and Vogue Japan respectively, or big designers such as Valentino, Marc Jacobs. They use traditional elements from Chinese, African, and Native American cultures, and it's seen as very unethical and a little derogatory in certain terms, and it generates a lot of negative attention from the criticism received by these designers.
The next tactic that we will be discussing is colorism. And colorism is defined as the prejudice or discrimination against an individual with a darker skin tone, typically among the same ethnic or racial group. The fashion industry is known for incorporating colorism. Like, for example, in this Vogue ad. This is the best illustration because Vogue tried to claim to revolutionize beauty and to represent the modern woman. It's very diverse. This is what we look like. And Vogue isn't the only company like within the fashion industry to do so. There are many others, but these companies gain attention because the audience is unsatisfied and upset with the unequal representation of skin tone. And the audience is constantly fed these advertisements where beauty is equated with the complexion, with the fairness of one's complexion and conformity to European beauty standards, such as a fair complexion, a slender build, or a slim nose. The fashion industry use of colorism warrants a circulation of preconceived notions and constrains beauty standards, climactically making this business tactic unethical.
So all of these tactics aforementioned can be combined under a single term called shock marketing, which is an umbrella term for any business tactic or advertisement tactic that uses controversial imagery or language to bring attention back to the brand. So this can be via violent, erotic, or illicit language or depictions and such. So how this works is someone might hear about an advertisement that they saw online and they might think, oh, okay, that sounds all right, that sounds okay, that's interesting. I want to see if that's actually available in stores. The item that's advertised is actually in stores. So walking past the store, one might pop in to see if there's anything interesting or anything controversial worth seeing inside. And while they're in the store, they might actually find something worth buying, something that pleases them, and that brings profit back to the company. So a prime example of this is the H&M Coolest Monkey in the Jungle hoodie, in which an African American child was modeled wearing a green Coolest Monkey in the Jungle hoodie. Now, the term monkey is a derogatory term targeted towards African Americans, so you can see why this picture generated a lot of backlash. Another example is the Sicily Italian fashion brand. Here you can see that two women look like they're snorting cocaine, which is obviously an illicit activity, but they're not. They're actually snorting a white dress. So this illusion of two women performing an illicit activity brings a lot of attention to the fashion brand itself. Which brings us to our only solution to our problem, which is diversification in the fashion industry.
So diversification falls under each subtopic that we talked about, and it's a solution. So for the celebrities, it's if you're diversifying and not only having celebrities, it will let the consumer have a more relatable person to relate to. And the inclusion of individuals, despite how fair or dark they may be, this gives more inclusion to more people, ultimately bringing more profit and a bigger audience to the brand.
And diversification would decrease cultural appropriation as a whole, because using more women and men of color would just decrease the amount of cultural appropriation, because these models are representing their own cultures and modeling their own cultures. And it also lessens the amount of controversy that shock marketing can potentially produce. And lastly, using women and men of all shapes and sizes could increase the amount of representation that people can have in the fashion industry.
So of course, with a solution, there's always drawbacks and limitations. And one of them is that a lot of people still harbor very conservative views. And as we know, people with conservative views aren't as open to diversification or change. Another problem is that the fashion industry already has a lot of preconceived traditions and norms that have been in use and have been established for many years already. And such traditions and norms are extremely hard to break through.
And this solution is not very good for, let's say, the companies. In their perspective, they do not like the diversification, or that they should stop having celebrities endorsing their product, because that means that they can lose money because celebrities are no longer endorsing.
And that concludes our presentation. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ladies. Are you ready for questions? Yes. All right. So, Millette, describe how the content of the team presentation was changed as a result of a group discussion.
Well, we realized that when Google Slides didn't really have a theme or like a template that we could follow, it would be a smarter decision to use PowerPoint, and because they had a lot more themes available and design ideas that we felt were more creative and pleasing to the eye.
Alright. So reflecting on your colleagues' work, Serena, which one of them had the greatest impact on your overall understanding of the project? You want me to repeat that?
It's Sophia.
I'm sorry, Sophia, sorry.
My colleague Millette, her work on colorism, I didn't really have a good grasp on what exactly colorism was before this project, and she explained it to me, and like the way that she presented it, saying that people with lighter skin color are more likely to be chosen for like fashion walks, or are in general viewed to be more pleasing to the eye because of preconceived notions. That was important.
Okay. What is a way in which your team's resolution can make you think differently about your own individual research?
Okay, for mine, which was the use of erotic imagery, I was only considering changing like the body types that women were having and men were having in advertisements, but I also, with the colors and that Millette mentioned, I'm like, hey, people should also be a different color in different ethnicities.
Okay. In what way did you improve your ability to work with a group as a result of this project?
I think all of us collaborating together really helped us, and since all of our topics were actually connected in a very close way, we were able to like all collaborate and work together efficiently.
Okay. Having finished your project, what, if anything, do you consider to be a gap in your team's research? And if it was addressed, would make you feel more confident about your project?
I think that there are a lot more business tactics that we could have discussed, and it's just really important to know how the fashion industry can progress more. And I think if we had the knowledge of more business tactics and how the fashion industry is more structured, we could have known more to better solutions and more drawbacks and limitations.
All right. Thank you, ladies.